And welcome back to Bridge Street and Career Connections down here live at On Center in downtown Syracuse. We're going to talk now about finding your niche in business during uncertain times. Gary Lim is an author and consultant, and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me this morning.
Well, they are uncertain times, to be sure, Mr. Lim. Where do you start in a time? I mean, uncertainty hardly defines what we're going through now. The only thing we know for sure is times are tough, jobs are scarce, but we're trying to connect people here today. What's the thesis of your book about finding your niche in these times?
And again, I appreciate being here, and you guys have done a great service here, having this event for these times and all the people in the community. The premise of the book is that when you have the need to find a job in times of uncertainty, it's not something that you leave to chance. You know, you're not going to take an approach like, I'm going to wait and see what happens and see what flushes out. So I've taken the word action and turned it into an acronym as a reminder of what I think people need to do, sort of a cycle, if you will, of phases they need to go through or things they need to keep in mind.
Well, as we take a look at it, run through the letters in that acronym.
Well, the first letter A in action is for accept, and really what you need to do is accept your situation. I mean, there's a saying I have about this, which is, it is what it is, don't make it what it isn't. And, whether it's a layoff that seemed to be fair or not, whether it's a job change that seemed to be fair or not, nonetheless it happened, and you kind of have to move on. So there's a lot more potential to looking forward to your future than looking backward at what happened.
Well, that's the A. What about the C? Next you got to connect. Is that right?
So once you've accepted that, then you connect with as many people as you can and try to spread the word that you're looking for that next opportunity. And sometimes you find, much to my surprise, you find some hesitation on that. Some people will actually say, well, I'm not going to say anything about my situation yet until I land the next position. And begs the question, how are you going to land the next position if nobody knows you're looking? In fact, gentlemen, I've actually, in my business career, I spent the first 20 years in Silicon Valley, California. And during that time I was there, I've been laid off or been out of a job 2 or 3 times. And one of those times, just to demonstrate the point of connect, I was actually at a party at a friend's house, and I met another gentleman there, and at that time I was between jobs. He said, "What do you do?" I said, well, actually, right now, I'm looking for my next opportunity. He turned around and he said to his wife, hey, Chris, talk to this guy. He needs a job.
Bang.
And that ended up connecting and moving on to some other opportunities.
So going to a party is not a bad thing.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
You also have to be ready to change, but the big word there is transform. Take us through the next letter in your alphabet.
Right. So the transform part of it is understanding, if you're looking for a change, what it is that you need to transform about yourself to make that change come about. Getting extra skills, perhaps having a different perspective on things, looking at different industries. Those are the kinds of things you do to transform. But let me just add what I think is an important thing, and we heard this from your earlier guest, Doug Marone, who has a passion for what he does. I mean, he's so passionate, I was about ready to go out and try to find a head coaching job, Division I. But that's the key, is being able to have some kind of passion for that next thing. You hear about people that leave one particular industry, they certainly hear about the opportunities in the healthcare industry. No question about that. But if somebody, you got to be honest with yourself.
You don't have a passion for it.
Right.
That's not
you have to have some interest, right? If you don't like working with people, then you probably shouldn't be in that industry, or find a job in that industry. It's more of an internal job.
We do run short on time. Hit the rest of the acronym for us. Implement, objective, and nerves.
Right. The implement is implement your plan. Yeah. Objective in that, be objective about things, so that you're looking at industries, take a long view of it and see how it is for you. And finally, nerves. Nerves are a good thing. In fact, Tiger Woods said this in his press conference the other day, that nerves are good because they show you care. Right. And that really is the case, is you take those nerves, turn that into energy, and channel in a positive way, and create that great next opportunity.
Hey, the book is called Dive into Action, Find Your Niche in Times of Uncertainty. Gary Lim is the author. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Gary.
Great time.
Good to have you here.
Good advice.
All right.